And we're back!
Holy sh! Oh, hi, yeah, we're back.
Got a message.
I was jamming through that song, bro. What's up?
So, what up? We are back. We are back. It's me, it's that MA and it's riding with me as always is Huge Pop Scott T.
What's up, bros and bros?
No, you don't be calling the ladies hoes.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Good thing we didn't.
We're here.
Yes,
we're
we
here.
Are.
And we're going to be talking WrestleMania 13, 14, 15, and 16.
It's Mania season, guys.
And, I mean, we have Rocky Maadavia's first Mania.
Yes, sir.
We got Hunter Hearst Helmsley in the mix. We got Owen and the Bulldog. We got Brett versus Stone Cold in one of my all-time favorite WrestleMania matches. You got Undertaker versus Psycho Sid.
And didn't Tyson come around there?
What?
Wasn't Mike Tyson involved in one of these WrestleManias?
That's the following year. That is WrestleMania 14. So 13 originated from Rosemont Horizon in Rosemont, Illinois, and generated 18,197.
Woo!
Taglines was Heat.
Heat. Middle of April.
March 23rd, 1997.
I don't think there's heat in that freaking town of Illinois. That's for sure. In March? Hell no.
Not in March, my guy. But it's 70 degrees here in Michigan right now, so I'm loving
what?
it.
Yeah. What? No.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
I love
70.
it.
70 degrees.
In February. You know what I mean? Well, it's 66 real feel 67. Yeah. So
get off those sticks, huh?
We're gonna be taking Drew to the park later on, and we're gonna be hitting some balls and stuff after.
Nice.
Get ready for baseball season. Anyway, we're gonna tighten this up a little bit since we are a week behind. We're gonna kind of scooch through stuff. We're not gonna be going in great depth about all these matches except for the main event. But we did see Rocky Maadavia against the Sultan with Bob Backlund and the Iron Sheik in the Sultan's corner.
That is one guy I could not get when I was growing up watching wrestling. I could not get behind Bob Backlund.
Friends of the Square Circle. What's up, buddy?
Hey, what's up, man? I could not get behind Bob Backlund. I would never got into that character.
Had that little bow tie.
Yeah, never got into that character. Nope.
You know what I mean? Rocky Maivia won that for the Intercontinental Championship. Or he retained his IC Championship, I should say. And we have Hunter Hearst Helmsley taking on Goldust. That was another match on the card.
And those two, I liked Triple H when he became Triple H. I didn't like Hunter Hearst Helmsley in that. I just
do. Yeah.
No.
Then we had Owen Hart and the British Bulldog tagging against Mankind and Vader.
Okay.
Ended in a double countout, and Owen Hart and the Bulldog won.
Okay.
Then we had Brett, and again, this is one of my all-time favorite matches, and I really wish we could go dive deeper into this. Brett versus Stone Cold. Ken Shamrock as a special guest referee. It's got one of the most iconic moments in WrestleMania history. Here's Stone Cold in the sharpshooter, just screaming in agony. Hasn't tapped out yet, and blood's just rolling down his face.
Yeah.
If you're a WWE fan, if you're a wrestling fan in general, you've seen that photo.
Yes. Absolutely.
It's one of the most iconic moments in WrestleMania history, and it's from one of the best WrestleMania matches of all time.
That's the I Quit match, correct?
Yes, that is the submission match.
Yeah.
And
Stone
then,
Cold would not give up.
no,
That's how big of a badass that guy is, man.
and that's why right here, Stone Cold Steve Austin wearing the Stone Cold merch today. And then in a no DQ match, the main event was Taker versus Psycho Sid. Rewatching it now, knowing that Taker does win because Taker wins at Mania. That match went 21 minutes long. In my opinion, that was 15 minutes too long.
Yeah.
As much as I loved Sid when he was Sid Justice and I am the man that rules the world, that guy, give me that guy. The Psycho Sid gimmick I wasn't a fan of it.
Right. Absolutely not. No, yeah, I agree about it. I like the Sid, yeah, I like the first Sid.
I mean, outside of Brett Stone Cold, it was kind of an underwhelming Mania. It really, in my opinion, it really wasn't. It was like, okay, it's a Mania, had some big names in it,
Yeah.
but it wasn't, oh my God, eye-catching.
Right. And one thing I have to say about Bret Hart. As a fan, we've seen this passive, just this almost like a face wrestler. He was vicious. He was, oh my God, a Bret Hart we haven't seen. And that was just nuts.
That was truly where Brett embraced the Attitude Era.
Yes, absolutely.
That was Brett's Attitude Era. Like his Attitude Era persona coming out for sure.
Absolutely. That is, yeah, absolutely 100%. So,
well, WrestleMania. That was WrestleMania 13. Again, guys, we're just kind of trying to play catch up. We lost last week because of us just needing to recharge. WrestleMania 14 emanated from the Fleet Center in Boston, Massachusetts. 19,028 people packed the Fleet Center. The greatest pay-per-view attraction of all time was the tagline. And it didn't disappoint.
no, not at all.
You had Hunter Hearst Helmsley against Owen Hart for the European Championship. That was a great match. Mark Mero and Sable against Goldust and Luna Vachon in a mixed tag match. That was something.
Yeah.
It was something. I didn't say it was great.
Was that when Luna had that mohawk hair?
Yes. Half shaved, half not.
Yeah. That was something.
Then we had The Rock with the Nation in his corner against Ken Shamrock for the IC Championship.
Right.
That was The Rock versus Ken Shamrock. That was I remember when Ken Shamrock came through, and he was like, everyone's like, oh my God, it's straight from the UFC, straight from MMA. What's this guy gonna do? Mixed martial arts and all. Like everyone's just lost their mind.
Mm-hmm.
Then you had in one of the funner matches to watch, if you like that kind of stuff, is Cactus Jack and Chainsaw Charlie against the New Age Outlaws.
Yes.
In a dumpster match.
Yes.
In a dumpster match. How fun was that?
Yeah. Well, Duke the Dumpster Josie was around for that. Why not?
And then Undertaker and Kane. Wow.
Yeah.
Then you had Stone Cold and Shawn
Right.
with special outside enforcer Mike Tyson.
Yes,
Now
sir.
the build up from Rumble until and this is what I'm talking about when I say long-term storytelling and just the storytelling in general. You had Stone Cold coming out each and every week just harassing Vince McMahon, harassing Shawn Michaels and DX. And really, my favorite moment is when Stone Cold confronted Mike Tyson on Monday Night Raw. It's
Mm-hmm.
one of my all-time favorite Monday Night Raw moments where he looks at him. He goes, "In case you're hard of hearing, I got a little bit of sign language for you. Here's to you."
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, like
And
that.
everybody thought, oh shit, he's on Shawn Michaels' side.
Yeah, he came out each week, did the
Yep.
choppy
Yep.
chops and
Yep. Mm-hmm.
and this WrestleMania set up so many different things, like going forward.
Yes.
Yet Stone Cold went on his run where he absolutely was not the guy that Vince wanted as the title holder, and Vince was getting everybody and their brother to try to beat Stone Cold. You had Triple H bringing Sean Waltman, X Pac back over, and if you get a chance, go back and watch the Raw after Mania.
Mm-hmm.
Watch that back, and that's when Sean Waltman, aka X Pac, joins the joins DX again.
Right.
That was great.
Yep. Now,
Oh,
if I remember right, isn't that Matt? Isn't this when WCW and the Monday Night Wars really took off?
this was at the height of the Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
This was about the time that NWO was there because that's what I'm saying. X Pac was six
Yes.
over in NWO, and that's when he cut that promo on Hulk Hogan. He mentioned Hulk Hogan's name on it. He goes, "Hulk Hogan's over there saying that I can't cut the mustard." Well, there's no, and like I don't want to butcher the promo, but he goes into it uh, about not cutting the mustard himself, not being "you suck, Hulk Hogan," and he goes, and Scott Hall and Kevin Nash would be here with me too if they weren't being held hostage by Eric Bischoff.
Mm-hmm.
So he's over there throwing names out on TV and just like shots fired essentially.
Right. Right. Yep. Absolutely.
Um,
Um. So I got a question, man. When it comes to fans, right? Back in then, we were excited and we let the storylines play out.
yes.
I don't think social media was big back then, so that's a plus back
Well,
then.
we had dial up.
When dial up, so that was a plus, and that's what's frustrating about where we're at currently. This stuff, it was build and build and build and build and build, but then you waited for that pay per view. Now it's build, and now we become fantasy bookers instead of letting the build go. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Well, it does, and the reasoning behind it is, you in that generation, you either watched it live
Mm-hmm.
or you taped it. I taped it because I was still in school. I was still in high school at that point. I had to go to school the next day. So I stayed up until like 9, watched the first hour of it, went to bed, came home, watched the second hour because at that point it was just 2 hours long.
Yep.
Um, so you were able to come home after practice or after school, watch the second hour that you missed, and catch up. And you watched it.
Right.
Now I can get on here. I can get on my phone, and I got spoilers.
Yep.
I got dirt sheets.
Yep.
I got people talking about it, giving me their opinion.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Like, I want to get back. That's why I loved Elimination Chamber on Saturday. Not gonna lie. Being up at 5 o'clock watching wrestling at 5 o'clock in the morning, maybe not necessarily everyone liked, but
Yeah.
I'll do it again.
Right.
It was the fact that I was watching wrestling live.
Correct.
And it is so much more special when you're watching it live, and I think it's more engaging as well. But yeah, that's most definitely social media and the internet in general has ruined the feel of wrestling.
Correct.
I mean, I still get like fired up because like right now I'm really fired up because I really want to see Cody beat the brakes off of Roman. But like even that is getting a little bit like, all right, now you have Team Roman versus Team Cody, and you got the Roman Rod Riders versus the Cody Crybabies, and it's like whatever.
Yep.
But yeah, that was the height of, and again, we all whatever era we live in or we grew up watching is what you're going to consider your favorite era. Like whatever era, like I love Monday Night Wars and the Attitude Era. That was my favorite. That was my favorite era.
Yeah.
I mean, Ruthless Aggression was cool, but it wasn't Attitude Era cool.
No, it wasn't Attitude Era cool, not at all. You're right.
So.
I mean, you had those guys, Triple H, you had Shawn, you had X-Pac, you had the Road Dogg, and all those guys, and they took a rated PG show to the heights, to the max, and
well, even your mid card guys, like, and I'm gonna catch all sorts of shit for this, but Mick Foley, he was a mid card guy in my eyes. Like he held the big title, yes, but he was, and that proved my point right there. He was a mid card guy that got to that main event level.
Yep.
Same thing with The Rock. The Rock wasn't always a main event guy.
Right.
He held the IC championship. He he came up and he challenged for the WWF championship. Right. WrestleMania 15, emanating from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. First Union Center. Attendance of that one was 20,276. The Raging Climax was the WrestleMania tagline for that evening. Looking down the we had Owen and Jeff Hardy, or Jeff Hardy. Owen Hart and Jeff Jarrett tag team title match against D'Lo Brown and Test. Butterbean in the Brawl for All final. Butterbean against Bart Gunn delivered a devastating knockout blow and pretty much ended his night really early. Kane defeated Triple H by disqualification. Mm-hmm. Sable beat Tori for the WWF Women's Championship.
Yep.
Shane defeated X-Pac for the European Championship.
Yep.
Undertaker defeat. Now, okay. So imagine this, if you will. Undertaker and Boss Man in a steel cage. Or in Hell in a Cell. I'm sorry, Hell in a Cell. First Hell in a Cell ever at WrestleMania.
Yep.
Lasting only 2.5 minutes.
2.5 minutes.
Rewatching that match was 3 minutes too long. That match should never have happened.
Yeah.
Boss Man, you would think two guys like Boss Man and Taker would have put on a hell of a match. But in the infinite wisdom of LA Knight, nah. Didn't happen. It sucked. That was probably in the top 10 worst WrestleMania matches of all time.
They're saying that there's a lot of people if you read over, if you Google it all, they're saying that the entire show felt like an episode of Monday Night Raw.
For WrestleMania 15?
Yeah.
Yes.
2 disqualification matches. Come on. 2 DQs. I mean, Mankind, Big Show, Triple H and Kane. It seems like something that could have been done at a house show or a TV show.
Well, it should have been. I mean, that it looks like right down to the whole Mankind defeated Show via disqualification to be the referee for the Stone Cold Rock match.
Yeah.
That's something that happens on an episode of Raw.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, you don't need to be doing that at a Mania, in my opinion.
I mean, WrestleMania 15, I mean, it was what it was, but Stone Cold Rock #1 that day. They always put on a hell of a show. They beat the hell out of each other. They put on that was the match of the night. It went on last.
Yeah.
End of story. Then okay. So this not our last one, I don't think. 12, 13, 14. This is 15.
Yeah.
We're talking about 15 right now. We kind of rushed through those 4. We have time to chat about current products as well. But if there's anyone out there, there's 2 people watching. If there's any questions or any suggestions or comments about WrestleManias 12, 13, 14, and 15, throw them in the comments. We rushed through them this time because we have more that we needed to talk about, as far as like we could go on and talk about WrestleMania 2000 really, because I have the notes on them up. WrestleMania 2000.
That's 16.
A lot of people love this pay-per-view.
Yes.
It was from Anaheim, California, Arrowhead Pond. It was on April 2nd, 19,776. I'm gonna have something prepared for that for next week, Cody. You're gonna yeah.
Cody says, so who's your favorite singer and why should it not be Taylor Swift? I'm so sorry, Cody. Kayfabe, Cody, Cornette, Cody, whatever you like to talk. Whatever Taylor Swift tells you to call yourself. Sorry.
And pretty soon it's gonna be Taylor Kelsey.
Taylor Kelsey, yeah. Then what are you gonna do, Cody?
He's not a Chiefs fan. He hates the Chiefs anyway.
Yeah, that's it.
So, WrestleMania 2000, hang myself, he says. Well, so WrestleMania 2000, again, the match that it's known for is Edge, Christian, the Dudley Boys, and the Hardy Boys in a triangle ladder match for the WWF Tag Team titles. That was what everyone thinks when they say WrestleMania 2000. One of the best ladder matches ever.
Yes. Wouldn't it be cool? I mean, they're all doing something in the business. I mean, they're all getting up there in age. I don't know if they could all do it. I mean, Edge and Christian, they could do it. Matt and Jeff could do it. I bet you, but the Dudley Boys could go out. Wouldn't that be something to redo that and see those guys one more time doing it? That'd be pretty.
I don't know if they need to be climbing ladders at like their age. I mean,
but, you know, hey.
Hold on, let me see how old Bubba Ray is. Bubba's 52 years old. He don't need to be climbing no ladder.
Dude, that guy's a badass.
Devon Dudley, 51. He ain't climbing no ladder.
All right, to do a hardcore match then. Those to get to, I mean, those are three of the best tag teams in the business. That's hands down. I mean, come on. I mean, you know, Jeff Hardy has his issues, but damn,
the tag division at that during that era was arguably one of the best
absolutely
tag divisions of all time. Because I mean, you look at the 80s, the golden era had some good ones. They had LOD, they had the British Bulldogs, they had the Hart Foundation. But it really wasn't star power. You know what I mean?
And they were on the card, and they were doing stuff. Right now, Judgment Days. When's the last time Judgment Day had a tag match?
Yeah,
it's been a while, and I mean, I don't know if a lot of people don't like tag matches, but come on, Finn. They need to be out there doing some stuff, man. I mean, I don't know.
So we'll get to that, Cody. First, in one of the better matches of the night too, was a 2-fall triple threat match for the WWF Intercontinental and the WWF European Championship. First fall was for the Intercontinental title, and the second fall was for the European.
Mm-hmm.
And Benoit beat Jericho for the IC, and Jericho beat Benoit for the European. So, absolutely. And Kurt Angle was the dual champion at that point. So, I mean, that was a fun one. That was about a 14-minute long match. It was. I mean, it was what it was for that. Then the final match of the night, the main event, was Triple H with Stephanie against The Rock with Mr. McMahon, and Mick Foley with Linda McMahon, and Big Show with Shane O'Mac in a 4-way elimination match for the WWF Championship. A McMahon in every corner was the tagline for WrestleMania 2000.
Yep.
I still it makes me giggle just a little bit to see Mick Foley with second by Linda McMahon. Yeah. Just kind of sure. Weird, you know.
Sure.
And there wasn't Cody, there was not a chamber match anywhere.
They're actually saying that this is probably, as strong as Raw was, as strong as WWF or WWE was at that throughout the whole year. This is probably one of the weakest WrestleManias compared to how strong WWE was going. So not the weakest WrestleMania ever, but how it feels like they were going real, real good, real good. And then they have a bad pay-per-view, and it's one of those things that, it happens. It happens now that WWE gets going, strong, and then they fizzle out with a shitty pay-per-view. But oh yeah, okay, that was the last time, right? But that hadn't. When was the last time before that? Was my point. You don't see much. I guess what I'm saying, guys, is you don't see much tag team action here lately. Is what I'm trying to say.
Well, so the last quality WWE, like big time, because I really enjoyed the Chamber tag match. I really enjoyed it. I thought Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate put on a great match against Finn and Damien. They beat the shit out of each other. I know there's a few people that didn't like that match, but I thought it was great. Now the last big fight feel tag match was last WrestleMania.
Yes, yes. I'm not saying there was not tag matches, but it just seems to be invested as a fan, and they have you said it, Matt, the real fight feel. You haven't seen that since WrestleMania. That was a hell of a match.
I mean, yeah, when KO and Sammy beat the Usos.
Yeah, they beat that was it, and now it seems like you haven't seen much after that.
No, because you eliminated arguably the best tag team in your whole division when you pulled apart the Usos.
Yes. So no, I didn't watch the tag team match in the Chamber. I did not. But
I mean, I really think that Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne will eventually get a tag team championship run, and they deserve it because those boys are ridiculously talented. I'm so happy for Pete Dunne or Dune, whatever, because now he's not Butch, because that Butch gimmick was god awful. But going back to WrestleMania 2000, Triple H came out, and that's when the cerebral assassin, took on The Rock, Mick Foley, and The Big Show. That was a hell of a match. Close to 40 minutes, and it was a tremendous match. So I'm looking down there were 3 out of the 9 matches were very good, and the rest were average. Kane and Rikishi, why? Kane Rikishi versus DX with X-Pac and Road Dogg. That makes 0 sense to me.
Right.
Chyna and Too Cool defeated the Radicals, Perry Saturn and Dean Malenko with Eddie Guerrero. Why?
Not necessary.
Terry Runnels with the Fabulous Moolah defeated Kat with Mae Young. That was a garbage. That was absolutely hideous. That was another top 10. Just absolute trash match. It was bad. And then of course we had the ladder match. You had TNA, Test and Albert against. I love the name of this team. head cheese. And love it. And that was Al Snow and Steve Blackman with Chester McChesterton.
Chester McChesterton. Yeah. Okay.
Chester McCheeserton. And then you have Hardcore Holly versus Crash Holly. But that was in the Hardcore Battle Royal for the WWF Hardcore Championship. Gimmick match. It is what it is. Whatever.
Yep.
And then Big Boss Man and Bull Buchanan defeated the Godfather and D'Lo Brown. Okay. Like I said.
Who cares?
3 out of the 9 matches were solid.
Yep.
The rest of them, they were clunkers. Really wasn't. I mean, and I legit went back and watched at least. I watched all the main event one or all the main ones and caught highlights of the others. They're clunkers. They didn't impress me. It was like, all right, whatever.
Right.
So, I mean, so we got a little bit of time left. Let's talk about the current product, I guess.
All right.
So next week, just so you guys are if you guys are paying attention, it'll be WrestleMania 17 next week. 17, 18, 19, and 20. So we're halfway there. We're halfway there. Whoa! Anyway.
No.
Anywhoozle. Or
Anywhoozle.
something like that.
Cody Cock. Shut up. So anyway, moving on to that.
Okay. So the current product, we've been doing a whole retrospective feel to the show. The current product looks a lot. The landscape is set for Mania for at least 2 matches, 4 matches now. We know we're gonna get Roman Cody. We know we're getting Seth and Drew.
Mm-hmm.
We know we're getting Bayley and Io, and we know we're getting Becky and Rhea.
Yep.
More than likely, Jay and Jimmy.
Yep.
More than likely, AJ and LA Knight.
Correct.
And more than likely, Randy and Logan.
Now, I read something about Randy on the Randy Logan. I heard that Randy got hurt, and he might be done. Like, he got hurt just here recently, and so they might not have that, but I'm not sure.
Well, they're also pushing for AJ LA Knight.
Okay.
And I mean, I guess I'm not horribly upset about it. Being an LA Knight fan, I really want to see him compete for at least a championship.
Yes.
And I think we got robbed of that. I think it should be LA Knight Logan Paul at Mania. But it is what it is.
And I guess on that, Matt, is my frustration is you build and build and build. He's probably one of the most favorite wrestlers out there today. But the problem I have is he had that one big match, and now it's nothing. Now we're doing nothing. And this guy, it's a wasted talent. It's wasted. He needs to be in that match with Logan Paul. He needs to be in something meaningful, because how do you do that? How do you go and build 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 and then go? Whoop.
Well, I mean, essentially that's what all of those Roman Rod Riders are. I want to ask them, how are you gonna build Cody up, only to pull it out from underneath them at the very last second and again absolutely destroy all of his momentum and his whole reason for being.
But will that? I don't think it will.
It will. It
No.
will, because you can't lose back-to-back years on the grandest stage of them all. What, they're gonna make the guy look like the fucking Buffalo Bills from the 90s?
Possible, but okay.
You're at that point you're destroying a whole franchise.
I want to be clear, okay? I don't hate Cody Rhodes. I said it a year ago. They did it a year ago. Not Cody Rhodes, not Roman Reigns. WWE did it a year ago. We wanted it a year ago. But they switched gears and they put him in that stupid thing with Sami Zayn, KO, and Jimmy and Jay. I feel they screwed up a year ago. And now I don't know. I don't know.
I agree they screwed the whole thing up a year ago when, after Cody won, Cody should have said, okay, I'm coming at you, Roman, and I want that WWE Championship.
Yes.
Not the Universal. Not the Universal,
Absolutely.
the WWE. And here's why. And I've said this ad nauseum for the last year. That way now, you didn't have to create what everyone wants to call the mid-card title, which is fucking bullshit. It's just as important as the other.
Thank you.
You didn't have to create the big gold again.
No.
You could have had a big title on Raw. Roman still can go on and be the longest reigning champion of all time because he still has his precious Universal Championship. It should have been handled that way.
Right. And now they're in a problem. Now they're in a pickle and a problem that they are trying to fix, and they're making a bigger problem.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, when you did what they did a year ago and not split it, like they shouldn't have combined it. If they would have did it a year ago, we wouldn't be saying the mid-card title. It's not. And I'm glad you said that. And that's why I keep on saying, does it have to be Roman Reigns? Why? And no one can give me a solid answer. No one can tell me, why can't it be Seth Rollins?
As far as Cody winning a championship?
Yeah.
Because Dusty held the big gold. Like, that was his title in WCW. Okay? WWF had their Winged Eagle, their WWE, the WWF. That is why Cody needs to finish that story. He needs to win the title that his dad never did. Because he said, Dad, I'm going to win that title one day. So he has to win that WWF championship.
I don't know. I think we're getting lost in I think they're getting lost in what belts is important, more important. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense? I get what you're saying, but I think we're lost in.
Absolutely. Because Drew McIntyre said it perfectly. He goes, I don't give a fuck what's going on over on SmackDown. I
don't.
If I'm going to make this championship and keep this championship as big, if not bigger, than the one that Roman is doing half time over there.
Yes. And I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Seth Rollins is out there he's in the building every night. And he either has a promo or a match every fucking night. Excuse my language. We are making this big, they're creating this big picture that this title is the one that should matter. Drew said it best last night. Like you said, I'm a Raw guy. I want this title. This title means more to me than that piece of crap over there. And Cody Rhodes ought to be listening to this. You know
Well,
what
he's so focused on beating the Bloodline at this point.
Right. So now it's not about the title.
It's about the championship. He's gonna get that title, come hell or high water. But it's about destroying the Bloodline too.
Right.
And now, here's my pitch. Everyone can call me a tinfoil hat if they want. I don't give a damn. I just spent the last 5 minutes saying that Cody's going to win. Cody. And I just said that, and I'm going to sound really contradicting at this point. What if Seth Rollins is in Cody's corner, right? It's happening, right? It's going good. It's really, like he's sitting in the corner. He's got his he's got his heavyweight championship on his shoulder. He beat Drew McIntyre night one. He's living it up, whatever. He's in Cody's corner to help him. He's making Cody feel safe. Yada, yada, yada. What if, when Cody has it all in the bag, he's going for the crossroads, he's getting ready, he gets Roman in the crossroads, gets it done, Seth slides in, curb stomps Cody and goes, nah. And helps Roman win. And not only does Roman win, but he in turn says, all right, I see you, Seth. Let's start the Shield.
There's so
because
many.
if everyone at home is paying attention to these promos, and that's what I tend to pay real close attention to the promos. Every time Seth Rollins has approached or has had any sort of words with Roman, it always starts with looking him in the eye. He goes, "Good to see you again, brother."
Yep.
I'm just throwing it out there. It's in the universe now. If the WWE listens, whatever. But it's something that it's been in the back of my mind, is you can't trust Seth Rollins. Mm-hmm. He's turned his back on everybody he said he was going to help at some point. So it's going to happen again. Mm-hmm. Sooner than later, I don't know.
That's a good point. And again, if that happens, I'm sorry to say this over and over and over again, that'll extend the story.
That one will. If that happens, if Seth Rollins costs Cody the championship and remember, if that does happen, Roman loses via disqualification. Cody still wins. He still gets the W he'll still get the W at Mania, but then he can go and say, all right, now I got more to handle. Now I got to go through Seth Rollins. I got to go and start picking off the people of the Bloodline too, and that kind of stuff. Granted, after what happened last night, it's again far-fetched because of the promo Seth Rollins cut. But,
I threw this out at Matt. Whatever will happen, will happen. That's right, Dad. I threw this out to Matt this morning, Paul Heyman getting inducted to the Hall of Fame. Paul Heyman cost Roman Reigns to lose, not to lose the belt, but to lose. Paul Heyman's on the top he's just got inducted in the Hall of Fame the night before, or Friday. And I just think Paul Heyman's going to be in the mix. I think there's too many pieces that everybody, it's either on a Roman Reigns side or Seth Rollins or Cody Rhodes sides, and we're not gonna enjoy the show because we won't sit back and watch it. You know what I'm saying?
There's also, again, I threw the Seth Rollins thing out. What happens? What happens if at Mania The Rock decides to, you know what, little cuz, you ain't gonna do this. No, I can't have, like, you're getting too big for your britches. And he cost Roman the match.
Yeah.
And that, I mean, that right there is one that if it happens, it'll make it, and that will set up Rock Roman at SummerSlam. Because they can go back and forth for, I mean, Roman can go away for a while, and Rock can stand firm inside the ring and do his promo of Rudy Poo this and take that thing and shove it up your ass that, and if you can smell what the Rock is cooking, do the whole nostalgia act all summer long until SummerSlam, and then you get your Rock Roman match. I think that's fair.
Would Roman still have the belt?
No, because he'll cost Cody he'll cost Roman the match.
So I'm going to ask you this. I'll ask Cody, you can chime in. I'll ask the universe this. Back when Rock was selling a Rudy Poo candy ass, when he was on the mic talking about all his doing his whole thing back in the 90s, everybody loved him. Everybody loved him.
I was a fan.
Now we're not. Why? Why aren't you a fan?
Because it doesn't fit this generation. It's funny. It just doesn't fit the story.
I don't know, man.
It doesn't. It seems forced. It seems forced to me. Like, it seems like he's trying to be what he was back in the 90s, and it doesn't work for this generation. Because the people in the ring grew up watching you. You know what I mean? Like, it's like Cody said that in the promo. He's like, "Listen, I grew up as a fan of The Rock. It's not that we don't like him. It's just he's kind of being a dual bag."
Because he's being a heel that you don't like, and that's working. Matt, you said this a year ago when I was bitching about MJF. You don't like him because he's doing his job.
No, I don't like him because he just makes 0 sense. Okay. He makes 0 sense to me why he I'll compare him again to the Young Bucks and the Kenny Omega. I'm going to compare him to them because we bitch and moan and complain and everything about how, the Young Bucks and Kenny, and well, they're EVPs and they shouldn't be booking matches and they shouldn't be interjecting themselves in the world title picture, and they shouldn't have championships. They shouldn't be main eventing, and they still shouldn't be facing fucking Sting at Revolution. That's stupid. Anyway,
absolutely.
Yep. We complain about the Young Bucks and Kenny doing that, but what was The Rock gonna do? The same damn thing.
I'm a fan, so I ain't gonna lie. Once a fan, always a fan. That's what I say.
I mean, I'm a fan of Dwayne The Rock Johnson. I just don't like, and I'm not a fan of what he's doing right now.
That's fair. I can't say.
I don't like him.
I will say I'm a fan of Cody Rhodes. I don't hate Cody Rhodes. I hate WWE and what they've created. But it's money, because why? Why is it money? Because we're talking about it. They know what they're doing. That's why they're a multi-billion-dollar company. They know what they're doing, and it is what it is, and there's gonna be a lot of people mad, there's gonna be a lot of people happy. So you think what they're doing with The Rock is too parody?
Period.
No, because I will say something, man. Cody, what they're doing, to me, in my opinion, what they're doing is a whole lot better than better than what the AEW is trying to do something. It's ignorance. It doesn't even look good, in my opinion.
Okay, all you AEW fans out there, I'm going to ask you a question. I'm a pro wrestling fan. I'm not, but I mainly focus on WWE because it's one that's broadly at my fingertips, and it's what Andrew likes the most. All you AEW fans, drop your comments drop your thoughts in the or answer to this question in the chat or in later on in the comments. I want to know what you guys think. My question to you is, and I'm going to end the show on this: what storyline in AEW right now makes sense? What storyline is compelling enough to get me to switch over to Dynamite on Wednesday, Rampage on Friday, and Collision on Saturday? Give me a reason. Give me a sales pitch.
I don't have a
because
sales
I don't
pitch.
see it.
I don't have a sales pitch. But I can say my favorite thing that's going on right now has to be the Hook, Edge, and or whatever his name is now. I like that storyline. I like it with what they were doing with our Christian and that group. I like it, but it's not enough to keep me going back Monday or Wednesday, Friday, Saturday.
And it goes back to, and I'm going to tell you why we're not engaging. It is Tony Khan. It is his fault why it's not engaging. Because all Tony Khan does every week, hold on, he gets his little notebook out and his little pen, and he fucking fantasy books. That's all it is. It's fantasy booking. I can turn on my TV and boot up on Xbox, boot up WWE 2K23 and do what he does on a weekly basis. It's a fantasy booking, and that's all it is. It is booking for his enjoyment only. He doesn't care.
Right.
Shit. After the 200th episode of Dynamite, he threw himself a party, and on the Titantron it said, "Thank you, Tony." What an egomaniac. Even Vince McMahon himself didn't do anything that stupid when he was in charge. I mean, he did shit that was absolutely asinine, but that's beside the point. He's going to trial for that. But anyway, guys, we are at the hour mark. I appreciate each and every last one of you guys that have come in, and we'll watch this at a later date. You can see this face again on Friday when we talk everything sports. We're going to be diving in this week to check out all of Major League Baseball. We're going to give you our predictions on how we think that each division is going to stack up, and plus look at the NHL playoff race and a lot of other stuff that's potential NFL trade rumors as well. So again, check us out on Friday. If you're a sports fan, I think you'll thoroughly enjoy it. Absolutely.
Later, guys.
Oh, you don't have anything?
Oh, I thought you were ending the show. I thought, oh no, so sorry. There's a rescheduling a little bit going on. check out look for new indie wrestling talent coming on the Huge Pop Wrestling Show. In the evening time, we're gonna go Monday night, Tuesday night, Friday, Saturday night, and Sunday night. So check out, look for posts on Facebook on the Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast Facebook. We'll see. We'll give you a intro video, etc., on the talent that's coming. That's all Huge Pop's got on my end. Thank you again, Matt, for being part of the Huge Pop Wrestling Podcast team. I love you, brother, and everybody else. Matt, that's all I got. Just keep in touch. Hit the subscribe button to that YouTube channel. Let's get the YouTube channel up there. That's one way to get us to get more bigger talent. And if we support the channel and get us up to I know we're far away from it. We need to get 1,000. We're at 331. Let's go.
And buy a shirt. Go over to prowrestlingtees.com and get us Huge Pop since day one, or Huge Pop since day one-ish. Get a Huge Pop logo t-shirt. They're only $20. Support your local, your favorite independent podcast.
Gotcha, yeah.
But
all right, guys.
See ya.